Hey, I'm Kathy, and I'd like to welcome you to my channel. This is my first video here, and I want to share my life and my experiences with you. I have to admit that winter is not my favorite time of the year. I always find the cold days and dark nights make me so sleepy. And to be honest, sometimes I struggle with a bit of the winter blues as well. But living in South Carolina allows me to experience far less winter than I did when I lived in Michigan growing up. And I love February in the South because it begins to feel like spring here. It stays light longer now, and you can feel the warmth in the air even though the calendar still says it's winter time. So many of the trees are beginning to bud, and some of the shrubs are already flowering here. Even the dandelions are starting to fill my yard, and I'm having to start mowing my lawn again because the grass is growing so quickly. Luckily, my little electric mower does the trick. My sweet dog Daisy loves it when it's warm enough to have the doors and windows open because she loves laying in her bed in the sun. I think it's one of her favorite places to be. I've noticed how much more active the birds are, too. They are far more vocal than they were in December and January. I missed hearing all of the lovely songs they share during the winter months, but I'm happy to see so many feathered visitors to my backyard feeders again. I could sit and watch them for hours. I love spending as much time in nature as I can. Going for a hike and spending time in the forest is so soothing to me. Being sensitive, it's so easy for me to get overstimulated by all the time spent looking at screens and being around people. When you're in the forest and away from all of that, it is just so peaceful. All you hear is the rustling of the leaves as the breeze plays with them, and the scurrying of the birds and animals who are busy living their lives in the forest. And this week, I saw a tiny purple butterfly flittering through the forest. I couldn't help but smile watching it on its journey. Just one more sign that spring is on its way. I'll be honest that I hesitated making videos for this channel like the one you're watching. I don't live an exciting life by the standards of so many. In fact, as an empath, I find myself gravitating to a simpler way of living. To many, that may seem boring. The world tells us that we should be busy all the time, and I tried to live that way for so much of my life, but it left me feeling stressed out and overwhelmed all the time. It just wasn't working for me. But like the people pleaser I am, I kept living in a way that was acceptable to society, even if it wasn't right for me. I think that happens for so many who are highly sensitive. Of course, in trying to live up to the world's standards, I lost myself along the way, and I certainly wasn't honoring my own journey. I now realize that I have to listen to what is best for me. I have to be true to my soul's calling. A lot of people won't understand my choices or my journey, and that's okay. It isn't for them to understand. So here I am, a middle-aged woman who lives in a modest little home in a suburb in South Carolina. And I'm sharing my journey as an empath, navigating through a world that wasn't created for people who are sensitive. I am still discovering what works best for me and what helps me to thrive in the world. One thing that I found works well for me is having plenty of soft lighting in my house in the evenings. There is so much in the world that can be overstimulating, and by the time nighttime approaches, I find that it's good to reduce stimulation to be more gentle on my nervous system. I've always loved the holiday season when I could sit at night with just the Christmas lights and a few candles filling the room with the warmth of their light. I always found that I missed that soft light once the holiday season was over, and it always made me a bit sad. A few years ago, I made the decision to keep the tree up year-round, and I began decorating it for different holidays and seasons. It may be unconventional, but I get to enjoy the soft lights at night, which is so calming to me, and it makes me smile to look at it. Of course, I have plenty of fairy lights and candles around my house that light my evenings as well. They just make me happy. Now that Valentine's Day is over, I'm switching to a St. Patrick's Day theme for my tree. Now, some people roll their eyes at my tree, but I don't care. It really does make me happy. I know that there are others who enjoy having a holiday tree year-round as well. In fact, I got the idea from one of my friends. Now, I also love having candles, and I've even been intrigued by the idea of learning candle making so that I can make some of my own. I think it would be fun to find some lovely containers from a local thrift store to make some unique candles for my home. I want to thank you for joining me here for my very first video. I look forward to creating more content and sharing more of my life and the things that I do and experience. I really hope you'll join me again. If you enjoyed my first video, I would love to have you like my channel and subscribe. And I always love hearing from you. Have a wonderful week, and I hope to see you again soon.